What is going on YouTube? Back with another video. I was thinking today, I used to be shocking on camera when I first started creating content on Instagram, which is probably about a year and a half ago now. But it just proves, if you suck at something, keep trying, never give up, keep falling down, keep getting back up, and eventually you will get good at it. Now, in this video, we are going to talk about deload weeks, something that I think a lot of people who go to the gym don't know what it is, and don't implement into their training. So that is the reason why I've made this video. I want you to think of a deload week as taking one step back to take two steps forward. You need to give your body the rest it deserves, so you can improve your gym performance and physique. So we'll start the video now and I will see you throughout it. So as I mentioned before, a deload week is where you basically take things easier in the gym by reducing the intensity and load of your workouts. Now, you can go about this a couple of ways, but what I like to do is stick to compound movements only. So your back squat, your rows, your bench press, your deadlifts, your shoulder press, and also adding in some weighted chin-ups. The other option that you can do when it comes to these deload weeks is to simply just complete the same training sessions that you are currently doing. So even though it is a deload week, you should still be performing a couple of warm-up sets before your actual working sets. The reason why is because you still want to be practicing the movement. Now, when it comes to how much weight you should be lifting in these deload weeks, usually it's around 20% less of what you normally would lift. So I'll give you an example to make it much more easier, as it could get quite confusing. So I will usually perform a barbell back squat for 100 kilos. Because it is a deload week, I will reduce this to around 80 kilos or even 70 kilos depending on how I'm feeling. So I wouldn't go too light, but I wouldn't go too heavy. In this deload week, I feel like it's also a good opportunity to work on your mobility, as that is something that we could all improve on. So dedicating 15 minutes before your session to perform some dynamic stretching, and also 15 minutes post session to focus on some static stretching. Having good mobility is crucial to your gym performance, so definitely don't neglect it and focus on it throughout this deload week. I've also added in a couple of shoulder mobility exercises, which will help you, as that is something that I have struggled a lot in the past, and it has actually affected my pressing movements. So when it comes to your cardio, you still want to be performing some low intensity kind of work. So that could be walking on the treadmill, the Stairmaster, or even going for a hike if you enjoy doing that kind of stuff. You want to limit the amount of high intensity work that you do throughout this week, because the reason for the deload is to reduce the stress it has on your body and also your CNS, which is your central nervous system. The reason why this is important, because with the next training block coming up, you want to be able to perform to your potential. So before we move on to the nutrition side of things, what I actually like to do in this deload week is work on my technique when it comes to any exercises that I sort of struggle with. The reason why is because when I go into my actual training programs throughout the year, I know I'm not really going to focus on that. This is why the deload week is a good opportunity for you to do that. So when it comes to your nutrition in these deload weeks, you want to put yourself at maintenance to give your body the energy and nutrients it needs for it to fully recover. Now, your maintenance calories might be a little bit different in these deload weeks. The reason why is because you're not going as hard in the gym and you could not be as active throughout the week. You don't want to slip up with your nutrition. You don't want to think of it as a week like, fuck it, I'm just going to go eat McDonald's and KFC. No, you should still be eating good foods that you usually will do throughout the year. So just take that on board when it comes to your nutrition. Coming towards the end of the video now, just a couple of points that I want to bring up. If you are a beginner or a casual gym goer, you don't necessarily need to implement a full deload. The reason why is because most beginners just go through the motions and they're not training hard at all. Having said that, you might be a beginner and you might train harder than someone that's been going for 4 years. So it's not always the case. But if you are a beginner and you feel like you're just going through the motions, then what I recommend is to start tracking your workouts like everyone else should be, and over time add more weight to the bar. Once you feel like you can't do that anymore and your body needs a full deload, then that's when you should take it. So just take that into account if you are a beginner in the gym. Now, next point, I don't recommend you do this, but if you want to take the full week off, then that is perfectly fine. You can do other recovery methods like going to the pool, using the sauna, ice baths. You could go get a massage, a deep tissue massage, so you prepare your body for the next week's training block. As I said, I don't recommend taking the full week off of the gym, but if you want to, then it is still fine. So that's the end of the video. I hope that you found the content valuable and helpful. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video. Oh, and if you want to comment down below, you can. See ya.